call out your roll number, please respond the roll number which you have written here. I will call it out. Please. Roll number 7, Sabyasachi. Roll number 8, sorry, roll number 49, Shreya.
Yes, ma'am.
49, Shreya. Yes. Roll number 3, Abhishek Karmokar.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 3, Ankur Sharma.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 22, Shashi.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
roll number 42, Priyanku.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 38, Arya. Roll
Yes, ma'am.
number,
38.
okay, roll number 43, Orko Lion.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 45, roll number 2, Anis Thakur.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay. Roll number 56, roll number 56,
Present,
Nikhil.
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Number 27, Priyanku.
Ma'am, rule 45
Roll number,
present.
roll number 16, Vivek.
Yes, ma'am. 16. Roll number 16.
Roll number 24, Manish.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 37, number 18, Asha.
Yes,
Number
ma'am.
18, Asha.
Yes,
Roll
ma'am.
number 5, Sayon. Roll number
Yes, ma'am.
5, Sayon. Roll number 35, Shoaib.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 26, Oil Karmakar. Roll number 19, Anurag.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay, roll number 30, Ritesh.
Yes, ma'am.
63, Sandeep Mandul. Roll number 23, Pritam. Roll number 54, Pranoy.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Roll number 44, Orito. Roll number
Yes, ma'am.
10, Mitresh. Number 10, Mitresh.
Ma'am, roll 44. Ma'am, roll 44.
Okay, 44 I have marked you. Roll number 10, Mitresh Shah. Roll
Yes,
number
ma'am.
20, Riju. Roll number 20, sorry, roll number 25, Riju.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 48, Shukriyo. Roll number 14, Neha. Roll number 21, Bapi.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 9, Orgo.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 66, Mrinmay. 66 has left the group. Okay. Roll number 47, Abhishek.
Miss, roll 14, miss.
Roll number 28, Rick. Roll number 28,
Present.
Rick. Roll number 29, Millie.
Ma'am, roll number 28. Present.
28 present. Okay. Roll number 29,
Yes, ma'am.
Millie. Okay. Okay. So now I've also taken the screenshots and I also have the roll numbers written here. I will be
Miss,
matching
roll
them.
number 14, miss.
Yes. What are you saying?
Miss, roll number 14.
Roll number 14. Your name? Have you written down your roll number? Have you
Yes,
written down
ma'am.
the roll number?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you, those who are joining the call, they please write down the roll numbers along with your name. Like just now I got Pushpindu's roll number 33. If you have joined in late, right now if you have joined in, write your roll number and your name. Okay, in the group. After the call, anyway, I match it up. I always like keep the record with me. So you did not worry. I will be giving you the attendance for today. Okay, now let us
Okay.
get back to the topic as you said that you have like a quiz scheduled. So I will be just explaining you the topic for the traits of a listener. It won't take much of a time. Okay. Listen to the explanation carefully. It is very easy for you to understand. Now, last 2 weeks we have dealt with listening skill, and today is the last class for the topic of listening skill. Okay. Next week, as I told you, I will start with writing skill. So since this is the last topic of listening skill, we need to basically summarize, and then I will start with the traits of a good listener. When we started with the topic of listening skill, what were the things that we started with? We started with the first thing is what is listening? Try to understand what is the meaning of the word listening. And we talked about the topic of listening and hearing. Listening and hearing. About that. And after that, what we did? After that, last week we dealt with what are the different types of listening, and we also dealt with the topic of what are the advantages of listening. Okay, so this week we will start with traits of a good listener. Means what is the meaning of the word trait? Trait basically means characteristics. Okay, we will basically discuss about characteristics of a good listener today. Now, point number 1, if you the PDF which I had sent you, it is like I would advise you to keep the PDF open in front of you, so that when I read it out and when I explain you the points, you better understand it. It will be easier for you to understand. Now, what the first point that was mentioned here was being non-evaluated. That was point number 1. What do we mean by that? Basically, very simple. It means that when you are basically discuss that this listening is basically a two-way communication. Okay, what do we mean by that? Basically, we meant that since it's a two-way communication, it basically refers to the fact that when we are into a process of listening, active listening, basically there are more than one person involved. Like minimum 2 persons will be involved in the listening process, or maybe one speaker and innumerable listeners. When we listen to motivational speakers like Sandeep Maheshwari and all, when we listen to these speakers, what you see, you will normally see that they address a huge group of people, and they allow you to ask questions in session. Why? Because they actually not only try to impart you with the knowledge, with the motivational words they want to speak, they also want you to participate and to listen. That is why they always try to question the listeners, question the audience, and they also ask the audience to. It's an open house, so you please come up with your questions. You will see normally you are always asked, you're always welcomed. As a listener, you're always welcomed in these sessions to ask questions of your choice, whatever comes in your mind. This basically is done in order to make the session more active, in order to make the session more interesting, more participative, and like in return to that, the speaker also tries to understand whether his audience or his listeners are listening to him properly or not. If it was a robot speaking, then this communication wouldn't have been necessary. But here, human communication is happening. When human beings are into action, human beings require two-way participation. So, first trait of a good listener is being non-evaluative. Means when you are listening to a speaker, as a good listener, your characteristic should be you should not judge the speaker based on his attire, based on his attitude, based on his social status quo, based on his ideas, based on his values. No, you will not judge. You are not the evaluator sitting there. You are not the evaluator to judge the speaker. When the speaker, whatever the speaker is delivering, is telling you, you are only supposed to listen, supposed to inculcate, supposed to remember, supposed to keep the knowledge that he or she, or try to keep the experience that he or she is sharing with you in your mind. That should be your only aim as a good listener. Your aim as a good listener should not be to check, oh my God, look at what kind of spectacle that man is wearing when he or she, when he is standing on the stage to deliver a lecture. Your aim should not be to see, oh my God, look at the nail polish color of the lady who is speaking. No, you are not going to judge, or you're not supposed to see, oh my God, what a shabby clothes she is wearing. That means she belongs to a very downtrodden family, maybe. No, you are not supposed to judge. You are not an evaluator. So as a good listener, your only aim should be to be actively participative and to listen to what the speaker has to say without evaluating or without judging the speaker. Okay, that was point number 1. Point number 2 was paraphrasing. This is very important. You will see every time when I give you a lecture, I always, before I end the class, I always try to paraphrase. I always try to tell you what we did in the last class. And today what we will be doing, I always want you people to recapitulate and remember. Paraphrasing is basically a method which helps you to recapitulate what you heard, what you learned, what you discussed. Okay. So as a good listener, your characteristic, your trait should be, you should be able to paraphrase. Paraphrase means you should be able to recapitulate in simple language, in your own words. You should be able to comprehend. You should be able to, within a nutshell, you should be able to concise and make a short own version speech based on whatever you heard and learned. Means you should not quote the speaker's words. You should be able to understand what he or she said, and you should be able to make a short version of yourself by paraphrasing it. That was point number 2. Point number 3 is reflecting implications. This is also is very important. Like whatever points, I have not given you 15, 20 points. I've only given you points which are really important for you to know. Reflecting implications means when you are, as a listener, when you are listening, your aim should be to reflect eagerness and zest by nodding your head or by making verbal gestures like okay, yes. You will see normally at times when you people ask us some question, we look at you, we nod our head, or we try to give a verbal hint or verbal notification like okay, These gestures should be there. These implications should be reflected if you are a good listener. Means if you are giving those reflections, it not only helps you to concentrate, and it not only helps you to be clear and be transparent about your feedback, it also helps the speaker to feel confident. Now, if I see my class is actively listening to me, participating, enjoying, asking me questions, and everybody is listening, everybody is paying attention, automatically as a teacher, I will also feel motivated. Automatically as a teacher, I will also feel like coming to your class, and I will also feel like preparing myself so that I can give the best of my knowledge to my batch. But if I go to a classroom and I see that a bunch of students making reasons, not listening, disrespecting the teacher, not paying attention, automatically it's a human nature for the speaker or for the lecturer to stand there and to feel demotivated, to feel that this class needs nothing, and you will automatically not feel like giving your best. So basically, this means that what I meant to say by this point, by this example is, basically it means that your implications, your behavior, your sense of giving reflections by nodding your head, by maintaining eye contact, by giving verbal notifications, basically these are necessary for you to show. Why? Because it will also help the speaker to get a proper moral boost up, and it will also help the speaker to be confident while he or she is speaking. Okay. Now, next point After this is reflecting hidden feelings. The last point was reflecting implications. This point number 4 is reflecting hidden feelings. What do we mean by that? This is also something which is related to our human nature. Normally you will say, again, let me give you the example of these motivational speakers. Normally you will see these motivational speakers when they give lectures, when they try to give you speeches in the auditorium or standing on the stage. You will see they always relate their own personal experience in order to motivate us, don't they? I hope you have all heard these motivational speakers in YouTube. I'm sure most of you have heard. You will always see that these speakers always try to bring forth their own personal experience. They always try to bring forth their own something that happened in their childhood. They will always tell you stories that this used to happen when I was a child. I used to behave in this manner. My teacher used to scold me every time. But then I realized that I should do this, do that, and then he will bring you to the track of motivation. Why is it done? This is basically done in order to make the listeners feel related. If I now talk about NASA, if I'm a scientist in NASA, and I always talk to you about great scientific inventions that happened in NASA, certain great things that has happened about which you have no goddamn knowledge. If I tell you stories of those things, you will be feeling left out. Half of the things will go from the top of your head. But if I tell you certain things which you can relate to, you will find it interesting. This is basically done so that your hidden feelings, every human being has hidden feelings within themselves. Those hidden feelings will get nurtured, and you will be, as a listener, you will be feeling more motivated and you will feel like listening to the speaker more. So, reflecting hidden feelings is necessary as a good listener. Basically, what you need to do is you need to empathize or identify yourself with the speaker. This reflecting hidden feelings means you need to empathize, you need to feel what the speaker is trying to say. And if you do that, then that will be counted as a good characteristic. If you are a good listener, only then you will be able to empathize yourself. Only then you will be able to identify yourself with the speaker. अगर मैं सुन ही नहीं रही हूँ, तो मैं कभी भी तुम्हारे साथ speaker के साथ I will never be able to relate. So what I need to do is, in order to relate, in order to identify myself, I will have to be an active listener. Okay? This was point number 4. Point number 5 is inviting further contribution. This is a very simple point. I will just explain you this in a very simple manner. This basically says that if I am listening to you intently when you are speaking, and if you are listening to me intently when I am speaking, a two-way interaction is actively happening time and again. This will give rise to an open-minded session where both of us will have a sense of trust towards each other. Both of us will be feeling empathized towards each other. Both of us will be feeling that we can relate to each other. Ultimately, what will happen? Open-minded questions can come up. Okay? So that is why you will see in these public forums, people are always asked to question with an open mind. It's always an open house. Nobody is going to stop you from asking any question. There is no decorum. There is no rule that I cannot ask this question, I cannot ask that question. No. There is a program which normally which I saw it once or twice, Janta Ki Adalat. Celebrities and politicians, influencers, they are called, and it's a Hindi program. Even audiences, can you hear me? Hello? Even audiences are actively participating. They are listening to the speaker and they are asked to, like they are set to ask questions. Okay, so this is basically further confirmation. Open-minded questions are attributed or accepted. I will just tell you this as the last point. There are 3 more points which are related. 7, 8, and 9 are related to the points which I have given before. This is a sub point, you can say 7, 8, and 9. So I will explain you number 6, which is the basic point. 7, 8, and 9 automatically, if you understand point number 1 to 6, you will understand 7, 8, and 9. The last point for today is responding non-verbally. This is very, very simple. When you are into a two-way communication of speaking and listening process, when we teachers give a lecture in the class, what you normally do? You normally nod your head. Sir hilate ho. You normally like nod your head and you maintain eye contact with us. With your eye contact, you try to express that yes, you have listened, you have understood. With some students also say yes, ma'am, yes, no, okay. This is also a method of showing. Now, non-verbal responding means you will not use that okay, yes, no. Non-verbal responding means maintaining eye contact, staring, nodding your head, slightly showing your hand movement in order to make the speaker understand that you are interested and you are understanding. Basically, this is what is point number 6. Point number 6 says that you should be as a good listener. If you are a good listener, that is a trait of a good listener. That if you are a good listener, you will be using this non-verbal gesture for responding. Like you will be nodding your head, you will be staring at the speaker. With your eye contact, you will try to express. With your hand movement or with your, like you will be using your hand in such a way so that the speaker understands that you are interested in his words. You are interested, you are understanding. That will basically help the speaker to feel motivated, and then the speaker will also feel like speaking with you more. Okay? And the speaker will feel like participating with you more. Now, I will ask you, some of you, please turn on